Hi, good morning. Here we are. We're looking at Unit 2, Activity 1, and I just wanted to go over a few tips with using Excel. So first thing is we're going to just minimize this and minimize this, and we're going to go to Desk Tools on your desktop. And when you open Desk Tools, you'll see that under Desk Tools there is Excel 2016. Most times we're going to have a link. You just click on the link and it'll take you right to that particular document. But for this case, I'm just trying to show you how Excel works. So we're going to open a blank workbook in this case. And you can see here that the columns are all outlined with alphabetized. So from A to, it's not infinity, but it'll go on for a long, long, long time. And it doubles up to A, B, and you can keep going, whatever. And the rows that run horizontally, they are outlined with numbers. So right now, my cursor is in B3, and it's identified with this right here is telling you in this area where I am, B3. And you can see that the B is highlighted and the 3 is highlighted. If I use a arrow key, I can use the arrow keys, and that's what I'm doing right now, to just move around. You should try that. I can also use the tab key to move to the right. I can use enter, which will move me down. And then I can just position my cursor anywhere and click, and it'll take me to that particular cell. So let's say I want to make a column wider. I just hover up at the top where my cursor is right now, get that icon with the 2 arrows, and then left click and then drag. If I want to make a row wider, I can also do the same thing. You see where my cursor is right now? And I have the double arrow icon, and then I can make that row a little bit thicker if I wanted to. So if I wanted to merge, let's say I want to put a title on a balance sheet, let's say something that you're going to learn about very quickly. If I highlighted from A to E and then I hit merge and center, I could then put a title in that box and it would be centered and it's merged. I've merged this row from column A to E. Now let's say I wanted to put some color in there. I would just hit on the color box. Let's say I want to put a border around that. I'm just going to click on this icon and I would draw a thick border. And then, it's the same basically principles as using Word. It's just now Excel is going to be for numbers. And here, let me just show you a couple quick things relating to the math, adding and subtracting. So if I put the number 13,456, first thing I'd like to say is I can show you that this icon is going to turn it to money, which is what we're going to be dealing with for the most part. And if I take that number and I write another number, which is 565 million, big number. I click outside. So $5,698,067. So what I want to do with these two numbers is I'd like to add them together. So before I can do anything, I have to hit the equals key. And the equals key is right beside backspace on a desktop. On the laptop, I'm not exactly sure, but you just have to hit the equals key. The equals key is telling the computer you're doing some sort of adding or subtracting. Now, I click on the first cell that I want to add, and then I'll hit Shift plus at the same time, click on the second cell, hit enter. So now I've added those two numbers together. Now, if I wanted to do subtraction, and I can put the number anywhere, so let's say I go to G6 and I hit equals, and I want to take this number and I want to subtract. So just the dash key on your keyboard, I always hit equals, hit enter. And it's telling you what you're adding. So this or subtracting these two numbers, I'm going to get negative 13,456. Okay, so now let's say I wanted to add up all of these numbers together, and I'm going to put the answer right underneath. So I'm going to go equals, I can type sum, bracket, and then click and highlight those three numbers and hit enter. So that's 11,423,046 bucks. Now let's say I wanted to multiply, and I'll just put the answer here, equals, I'm going to take 13,456 and I want to multiply it, so that's shift 8, a little asterisk. Let's say I want to multiply it by 2. I'll just write the number 2. So that's 26,912. Now, the beauty of this is, watch, if I just click up here and this number changes to 12, it changes it to 24. If I change this number to 25, it changes the total. If I change this number to 20, it changes everything. It's all linked together, and that's why accountants use Excel extensively. Let's say I want to multiply 12 and 25. I'm just going to hit equals, click, shift 8, and then I'll click on the second cell, hit enter. So that's $300. If I wanted to divide, equals, and I hope you're getting the sense that you have to hit equals every time. And if I want to take 300 and divide it, it's backslash by 12, hit enter, I get 25. So I've shown you a few things here. Hopefully it's helpful, and then now you can go and proceed to do the lesson here for Unit 2, Activity 1. Okay, have a good day.